Imagine going to your high school graduation. Imagine getting money from 10 different relatives. Wouldn't it be great if you could get this money not just once, but maybe twice or even 3 times? Wouldn't it be great if there was a platform that enabled you to showcase your success throughout your college years just to these supporters? Something that enabled them to, just encourage them to continue supporting you throughout your education.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. My name is Alvin Peregrino. I'm a junior at Regis University studying business. With me today are my teammates.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Ayala, and I'm a freshman at Regis University studying international business.
Hi, I'm Kenny Suter. I am also a freshman at Regis University, and I am studying marketing.
We're here to represent our company, Zinasa.
Zinasa helps students address 2 problems. The first problem is the increasing cost of tuition. Our research has shown that tuition has gone up over the past 10 years by 60% in private universities and over 100% in public universities. The second problem that we address is the rising cost of other expenses, such as room and board, books and supplies, transportation, and other expenses. Our research has also shown that room and board has increased by 65% in private universities and 54% in public universities. So what this means is that all these costs added together have caused a burden on students because they're so worried of how they're going to pay for school. So worrying about the cost and how they're going to pay for it can later affect our academic performance.
So we believe that the answer to this is our platform, Zinasa. Our goal is to be the #1 crowdfunding platform for education. We believe that students should be able to attend college without the burden of student tuition. But we also believe in our motto, paying it forward. What that means is that in exchange for contributions, students will pledge to do community service in their neighborhood, in the local neighborhoods, making an impact locally. Now, how Zinasa works is in 3 easy steps. First, the students can log on to our website, zinasa.com, and create a campaign. Then they start reaching out to their networks of friends, families, coworkers, basically everyone and anyone they know. And third, they start receiving funds through our platform, and in turn, start volunteering in their local communities, making a positive impact. Here, we'll have a picture of, this is our picture of our site, which is active right now. We already have students logged on, raising money for their education, and we have students that have successfully raised money, have reached their goal of reaching their campaign, which we'll talk about later on. The website is designed to be easy to use. Students can log in and right from the home page create a campaign, and supporters can also log on, scroll down from the home page, and see all the active campaigns that our students are participating in.
So as Alvin was saying, we do have successful campaigns that are up and running on our website right now. This is an example of a student campaign. She's actually reached over 100% of her goal. She's at about over $1,100. So some of the cool features that are on Zinasa is the fact that you can add your GPA. So adding your GPA allows the supporters to realize how you're doing in school and just to see if their money is going to the right place, see if you're progressing through your college years, continuing to escalate in your schoolwork. Another cool thing is the fact that you can add paragraphs about yourself. So these paragraphs allow you to connect with the donor on a more personal level, maybe just to get a little more money or something of that sort. The letter of recommendation is also a cool factor. So what you can do is you can go to maybe a favorite teacher or maybe a favorite boss. You can ask for a letter of recommendation, and you can upload this directly to the Zinasa website. Uploading this to the Zinasa website allows the supporter to gain another perspective just about who you are and kind of the person who you are just from another professional mind. The comment section on our website is great because it allows the campaigner as well as the supporter to directly interact. The supporter can comment directly on the campaign itself, and this allows the supporter to converse with the campaigner, and the campaigner lets the supporter know how they're doing, what their progress is going towards that goal. This is an example of a faculty campaign. A faculty campaign is also another addition to the Zinasa website. So what this is, faculty can actually create a campaign on our website, and they can crowdfund for something that they need in their classroom, maybe new science tools in the science lab, or maybe just something fun that they want at their classroom, such as this. Someone at Regis University is crowdfunding for Google Glasses to bring that to Regis University. They use a video. This is another cool feature of Zinasa. Zinasa allows you to use a video to maybe convey your goal or what you're trying to work for faster than maybe a paragraph or 2 would. Also, it lets you connect with the donor on a more personal level. Maybe taking a video about yourself lets you connect with the supporter on a more personal level than a paragraph or two would. But what's cool about Zinasa is the fact that right here they have $130 raised. This goes directly towards the university. So the supporter has reassurance that this money isn't just being pocketed, instead it is going towards that goal and they know exactly what it's being used for. So Zinasa markets towards all the students across the United States that are in colleges and universities. Right now it's about 20 million students that attend college or universities across the United States. 60% of them have already taken out student loans as freshmen to pay for college. 62% of them at private universities or public universities, and 72% of them at private universities. We also focus on the amounts of student loans that are in our society today. The amount of student loans have nearly doubled in the past 10 years. Right about now, they're over $1 trillion. That equals about $27,000 on average per student in 2012.
Zinasa has 3 target markets. Our first target market would be universities, students at universities. So far, we have had many events at Regis University just to get our name out there, and so students can start creating a campaign and start crowdfunding for their education. Our second target market would be school clubs and student organizations. The club or the organization can have a campaign on Zinasa and crowdfund for anything they need. And lastly, we would want to target high school seniors so that they can start the campaign at an early age and so that they can know that there's an alternative for paying for school. We would also like to have partnerships. We would like to partner with different universities, first starting in our local area of Denver and expanding throughout Colorado. We would also like to partner with volunteer organizations so that A, they can promote Zinasa, but also B, so that Zinasa can have a connection with these places so students can go volunteer, because one of our biggest aspects is when the supporter gives the student money, the student in return has to go volunteer and give time to the community. And lastly, we would like to have corporate sponsorships. Having corporate sponsorships would also A, promote Zinasa, and B, sometimes corporations can double whatever the student has reached or even sponsor a whole student.
In order for us to reach our goals, we've identified 4 key things that we need to focus on. The first is creating a positive public image. What this means is that we want everyone in the community to know who Zinasa is. We want them to know that we support students and that we support education. Second is teaching our students how to effectively crowdfund. Crowdfund is a relatively new concept for them, and so we need to teach them how to best go about that so that they can reach their goal. And third, like Stephanie had mentioned, is those partnerships with public and nonprofit organizations that will help us extend our reach. Obviously, getting new users to use the platform and connecting them with supporters.
So our competition as of now, because Zinasa is one of the few websites that crowdfunds solely for education and nothing more, there aren't too many competitors out there in that sole category, but there are competitors out there that do try and crowdfund solely for education, but they're not as far along in the progress or as devoted as this is right here. But some of our competitors in the crowdfunding industry are Rally, GoFundMe, and Fundly.com. These are all crowdfunding sites in which you can crowd for virtually anything. So you could ask anybody for maybe money to treat your sick dog, or maybe money for a brand new iPod. But the problem with these websites is they don't know where the money's going. They could say they're trying to treatment for their sick dog, but in reality they're just pocketing the money. The thing with Zinasa is, Zinasa puts the money directly in the student's account. So the money goes directly towards the university. This allows the supporter to know exactly what their money is being used for. That way they always have reassurance that their money is being used for the right thing. So these are our financials as far as Zinasa as a company goes. In the next 5 years, we see that we have 100,000 successful campaigns. Now with 100,000 successful campaigns, our revenue would be about $5 million. Of course, with a company, there's always operating costs. Our operating costs would be about 30% of our total revenue, which would be about $1.5 million, leaving us with a net of about $3 million to $3.5 million.
The future for Zinasa, one of our short-term goals is to expand throughout the Denver area and go throughout Colorado and probably expand in another state. If any of the students in the crowd today start a campaign later this week, y'all would be helping us reach one of our goals. Our long-term goal would be to go international, to help a student in a third world country crowdfund for their education. Also, one of our last goals is to become the #1 platform for university fundraisers. So this means that the university itself would have a campaign on Zinasa and they could crowdfund for anything the school needs. So So instead of the school having to call parents and alum, asking them for money, they could send out their campaign on Zinasa and get all the money they need.
Now, so thank you for listening to our presentation. We ask that you support us in our efforts to help students reach their goals of higher education. We now open the floor to Q&A. Thank you.